Order accepted.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Choosing Your Settings in Starcraft 2. In this video, we're going to look at the tab labeled Controls, and we start with a very complex setting. Mouse accuracy is extremely important in Starcraft 2. If you haven't already, make sure your mouse settings are correct in Windows. Next, we enable mouse sensitivity and set it to 51, 52, 53, or 54%. The reason for this is that mouse sensitivity slider bar isn't really a slider bar. It is just a way to select 20 and only 20 different options for mouse sensitivity. 5%, 10%, 15%, and so on. The reason why we do not choose 55% exactly, which is what we want for StarCraft 2 not to mess with our mouse, is because the slider bar detects 4 decimals after the whole percent and then rounds up to the next 5%. So, if we choose 55% of StarCraft 2, it's very unlikely that we will see 55.0000% in the variables.txt file. 55.0001% would bump us up to 60% in actual effect. If we chose 50%, there is still a tiny chance that we got exactly 50.0000%. So why all this fuss about mouse sensitivity? What if I just like it more sensitive than 55%? Why shouldn't I put it to 60? Those are very good questions, Rhetorical Jack, and I'm glad you asked. The reason for all this trouble is the famed 1-to-1 ratio. This means that for every one input from the mouse, the cursor will move 1 pixel. If we have a non-1-to-1 ratio, then something called pixel skipping occurs, and every X inputs, the cursor will move 2 pixels for 1 input. The effect is hard to feel, but misclicks will happen less often with a 1-to-1 ratio, and we hate misclicks. Don't we, Rhetorical Jack? Yes, we do. By enabling mouse sensitivity in StarCraft 2, we are using WM input, or direct input. This means the game takes data directly from the mouse. If we were to disable mouse sensitivity, we would be using WM mouse move, which means StarCraft 2 takes inputs from Windows, giving us a tiny delay in input. It's probably not big enough for a person to ever notice, but it's there, so why not make use of it? That is all you need to know to get your settings proper for mouse. But if you want to learn more, check out the blog linked in the description. Mouse wheel zoom can be used to spot cloaked units, but using the camera rotation hotkeys is more reliable and doesn't come at the risk of accidentally zooming in. Reduced mouse lag should only be used in conjunction with VSync, as it will noticeably drop your frames per second. Confine mouse cursor should be on for regular play, but if you find yourself going back and forth between 2 monitors, turning this off is very useful. Don't forget to disable mouse scroll when you do this, otherwise your screen will scroll all the way to the side of the map occasionally when moving the cursor from one monitor to the next. For normal gameplay, we do want mouse scroll enabled. As for the different scroll speeds, the faster you can get them, the better, generally speaking. However, you should be in control of how far your screen moves. So, if you have a hard time with higher sensitivities, try moving these bars up a little at a time so you can get used to it. Invert drag scroll is a personal preference. Enable smart camera pan is straight up bad for gameplay. It literally slows down the speed at which you change your screen and provides loads of unnecessary input for your eyeballs. It might look pretty, but it hurts your play. Keep it off. Keyboard stuff is personal preference. I alt-tab a lot, so I don't disable it. You may feel differently. Do what you want. My name is Jack Attack, and as always, thanks for watching. If you have an idea for a video you would like us to do, please leave it with any questions, comments, criticisms, concerns, or anything beginning with letter C in the comment section below, and we'll see you again soon.